Hey guys, it's Sanjana. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing really well. Now for today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different and talk about money and the best financial decisions that I've made in my early 20s. As you guys know, I'm 25, so I wanted to just take you guys through some of the best decisions that I've made financially from me being 20 to 25 years old. So I really just wanted to do this video because I feel like money is such a taboo topic and it's not really discussed openly and honestly, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys on my channel and just talk about some decisions that I've made in my life which I feel can help a lot of people out there that are currently, in their early 20s and are having to think about what to do, what the next step of their life is, and how to really manage their money. I thought this would be useful for you guys to sort of take on what I did in my last 5 years. Also, disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I'm going to leave a disclaimer in the description box, but if you are sort of wanting to get help, definitely speak to someone that is a professional. They'll be able to give you sort of tailored advice for your situation. So let's just get started on this video. Now I'm going to give you 5 decisions that I've made in my last 5 years which have been really good for me. I feel like it's sort of put me in a position where I'm actually financially sound and I'm able to sort of stand on my own 2 feet and not have to ask my parents for money, even though I haven't been asking since I started working, which was about I think 18 years old. So it's put me in a really good position. I'm happy with where I am, and I'm just going to share the best 5 decisions financially that I've made in the last 5 years. So the first one is that I don't splurge and I don't spend money unnecessarily. Now for me, I generally only spend things which I need and which are actually complete necessity. So for me, I don't spend on, designer handbags, designer clothing, makeup. I definitely do not purchase a lot of that. I just stick to the basic stuff and I'm really happy with that. I mean, for me, that's not something that I'm really interested in, but there would be that, once-off occasion where I'm like, oh, I really like this piece, so I might sort of invest in that, but that's really, that's very rarely. I like to stick to my necessities, what I need on a daily basis. The only thing that I do actually spend on is my laser treatment. In terms of beauty, it's my laser treatment. So as you guys know, I've mentioned this on my channel before as well, but I'm Indian, so I get a lot of body hair which I have to remove on a 2 monthly or bi-monthly basis. So I definitely set aside some money for that to just make sure that I'm able to cover that side of the cost for me in terms of beauty. So essentially I'm just really living within my means, definitely saving a lot, and I only like spending money and splurging on things like travel, but obviously we can't go anywhere, but travel would be something that I'm willing to just go all out with. Anything else, I'm really not interested in all the sort of materialistic things, so I don't really spend my money on those things because I feel like I could better use that money elsewhere. So definitely making sure that I am not spending my money or not wasting my money on things which just provide that sort of materialistic or that once-off sort of happiness that you get. Yeah, I definitely make sure that I'm mindful of where I am spending. As a person, I definitely love saving my money. So that's the first thing, is I don't spend unnecessarily on things which I want and I don't specifically need. So the second best decision that I've made in my life is living at home until the age of 25. So as you guys all know, I recently moved out of home. I think it's been about 3 months now actually, or a bit more than 3 months. I really enjoyed moving out of home, living on my own, being independent, cooking, cleaning, doing everything on my own. I've definitely enjoyed the process, but I also have to mention that I wouldn't be in this sort of position if I wasn't living at home, because obviously you don't need to pay for the mortgage or the rent, groceries, utilities, petrol and car and everything, because it's obviously all provided for you. So that definitely was a really good way to save money. So for those of you that are thinking of moving out by the age of 18, 16, just maybe rethink it. Maybe your circumstances are different. Completely understand that, but if you don't have to move out, then don't move out, because you can definitely save a lot of money. You can save up to maybe purchase maybe an investment or maybe a car or whatever it is that you want to buy. Yeah, that was definitely something that really helped me out, because obviously with social media, etc., you always see people that have moved out of their homes, that are, you know, living their best lives and are doing things, you know, with their own freedom. They've just got so much more time to do things. But just think about it. If you don't need to move out, then I suggest not moving out. I know there's a lot of like peer pressure with social media, etc., but trust me, it will help you out in the long run, especially if you're not financially sound and you haven't sort of entered into the job market and you don't have like a permanent sort of job that, you know, that money's coming through. So I would definitely suggest rethinking that, and only when you feel like you're financially, you know, stable and you can, you know, fund your normal day-to-day expenses, then only make a decision to possibly move out. So that's decision number 2. So the third best decision that I've made is to not purchase a car. So especially when I was living at home, I didn't really need a car because my work would be in the city and public transport to the city would be very, very convenient and it would save a lot of time and money. So I didn't really need to sort of, you know, look into purchasing a car. And I'm sort of happy I didn't do that because I know the cost of buying a car is really high, obviously the purchase price, and then there's a lot of maintenance costs, there's insurance, there's, you know, your registration, and then you've got petrol, and then, you know, anything else in between. So that definitely did save me a lot of money because I didn't need a car and my job was really sort of convenient to get to via public transport. I didn't really need to, you know, fork out, you know, $20,000 and then those additional sort of, you know, costs during the month. So, and I feel like for those of you that do need to buy a car because obviously your work is not sort of situated in a place that's sort of easy and convenient to get to. I know a lot of people are buying cars by getting a car loan from a bank. I feel like that's, in my opinion, I feel like that's not the best decision because the interest rates on car loans are just really high, and you know, cars obviously depreciate in value, and I feel like it's not worth it. I mean, like if you can buy it outright, that would be probably like the best decision if you're in that situation and you do need to buy a car. But having to sort of get a car loan, that just means that you're not financially stable, you're not financially ready to, like, you know, buy a car. I feel like that's a good indication or a good indicator telling you that you're not ready and you shouldn't be taking up a loan if you can't financially sort of pay it off. So definitely, yeah, keep that in mind. Only if it's necessary, I would suggest purchasing a car, but obviously everyone's circumstances are different, so you need to sort of assess that and figure that out. If you do need to get a car, then I'd recommend saving up before you are ready to purchase it outright. Otherwise, getting a car loan is just going to be too expensive. And then if you are looking to make some further, you know, purchases or investments down the track, then your sort of serviceability and your credit history and everything sort of impacts that as well. So be mindful of that. So decision number 4 that I think is possibly one of the best decisions that I've made is investing in property. So I purchased my first investment property at the age of 25, so it was this year in, I think, February. So I saved up for about a 10% deposit and a little bit more to cover like any additional fees or stamp duty that was sort of incurred as well. So saved up that, and then I bought my first investment property, and I am now looking to purchase my second one because the first property has sort of appreciated in value, so there's a little bit of equity there which I can actually extract and purchase my second property, which is amazing. So that means I don't need to touch my savings at all, which I think is like a bonus. So yeah, I'm looking to purchase my second property with the help of my friend from Search Properties. So he's a buyer's agent in Sydney. I have mentioned him in a previous video of mine where I discussed my 6-figure salary and how I spend that. And so I'll leave a link to his website, and he's also got a YouTube channel as well, so be sure to check that out. Super helpful if you're in Sydney or in Australia and you're looking to purchase an investment property, then he's probably your best go-to person. So being a buyer's agent, he's able to, you know, do all the research, all the hard work, which I know a lot of you guys don't want to do. I definitely don't want to do as well. So it sort of, you know, gets rid of that headache, and you can just leave it to the buyer's agent to find everything for you and take you along the process. And yeah, it's super convenient. So definitely check out Search Property down below in the description box. So purchasing property was another good decision that I made, just because I can have that sort of passive income coming through. I'm really happy with that, and I'm definitely going to be continuing purchasing some more and building my investment portfolio up. Number 5, having an emergency fund. So I feel like this is really important, especially during times like this where we're in COVID. A lot of people are losing their jobs, you know, there's a lot of uncertainty and really anything could possibly happen. So I feel like having an emergency fund always, actually, for times like this is really important, because if you don't, then you're sort sort of living, you know, paycheck to paycheck, and that can get very, very stressful. I know a lot of people out there have families, children, and if you're living paycheck to paycheck, yeah, that's such a headache on its own. So definitely having some sort of funds there on the side which you can rely on, you know, for that rainy day if you ever need it, I think is a really good idea. Even if you put down, you know, a few $100s a month or even a week if you can as well, it's just going to help you out in the long run in case you do need that money. So for me, because obviously purchasing my first property, a lot of my money went, a lot of my savings was sort of used up for that deposit, so I had to start back on zero again and, you know, work my way up, and I'm slowly sort of, you know, passing 10k and slowly getting to 20k worth of savings, and I just definitely want to just keep growing that, because, you know, if I've got that money, then I can purchase more properties if I like, or just keep it, and it could come in handy at any point in time. So I think that's really important just for peace of mind. I definitely think for me it's something that I really, really like doing, and I like seeing that my money is growing as well. I don't know about you guys, but I like sort of depositing a few $100s a week and seeing that grow, not touching it, keeping it in a separate bank account. That's what I do. So my money comes into one bank account, and then I transfer my savings, and I just use what's in that account for, you know, my daily or weekly expenses, and the rest is going to my savings account. So I feel like having upwards of about 10k is really good if you can sort of achieve that. Otherwise, any sort of savings is good. And yeah, those are the 5 sort of best decisions I feel like I have made in the last 5 years or so. I've seen sort of that growth in myself because I've got a, you know, quite a good, well-paying job. I'm able to sort of take these steps and, you know, look out for my sort of career, my future, and really save that money and invest it in places which I think will sort of benefit me in the long run. So I hope you guys really found this useful. If you've got any questions or any sort of comments, queries, leave them down below and I'll definitely answer them for you. If not, you can send me an email as well. Happy to answer them for you. And also, I just want to thank you guys so much for 20,000 subscribers. It's absolutely unreal. I just want to thank you guys for all your support. If it wasn't for you guys, you know, subscribing and sharing and commenting, then I definitely wouldn't be here today. So thank you for all the love and support that you guys have given me. For me to reach 20k is just such a massive milestone, and to celebrate, I'm going to be doing a giveaway on my Instagram channel, so be sure to check that out by Sanjana. It's the same as my YouTube channel, so head on to my Instagram if you do want to enter that giveaway. But yeah, I hope you guys found this really informative and helpful. If you did, then please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys.